Yes, sir.
Does the enhanced unemployment insurance benefit make it more likely that Louisiana will exhaust its UI trust fund?
No, it's already a certitude.
How frustrated are you with Congress that these additional headaches have been created by their own inactivity?
Well, it's frustrating for me and for everyone, and I will tell you that every week we have calls with governors. Yesterday we had a call with the White House Coronavirus Task Force, and I was able to listen to other governors around the country of both parties. Nobody, not the president, not the vice president, not Secretary Mnuchin, nobody believes that the executive actions taken by the president on Saturday are a realistic and complete substitute for the legislation that Congress needs to pass. And in fact, they said that expressly. Their first option is still legislation. And in fact, on the unemployment benefit, it doesn't just stop when the disaster relief fund reaches that level. It also stops if and when Congress passes another piece of legislation. So it contemplates that that will happen. And I think we're seeing enough challenges around standing up this brand new program, getting it funded out of the disaster relief fund, having the states figure out how they can come up with their 25% match, or what the ramifications would be if they can't come up with their match, that you're going to continue to see a big push to say this is just not an acceptable alternative to the federal pandemic unemployment benefits that we have been paying up to July 31st. And so for whatever good it might do, I'll say it again now, we need Congress to sit down and work out a compromise, a bipartisan compromise, which by definition neither side should get up from the table happy, but the American people will be better served, and is critically important. And I didn't mean to make light of the first part of that question, but at $253 million and the rate at which we are paying unemployment benefits as we have to by law, I have no doubt we are going to at some point have a trust fund that is insolvent, and that we're going to have to borrow money unless prior to then phase 4 passes and there's enough funding for the state, and with the flexibility that we can take some of those dollars and put them in the unemployment insurance trust fund. That is specifically what I asked the Secretary for today, because I happen to believe that the folks in Congress are not going to leave and go have this election in November not having done the people's work. And I think that they will pass phase 4 eventually. Hope it's sooner than later. And I do believe that it will have additional funding for state and local government. And I believe the minimum amount of that additional funding will be the same as it was in the CARES Act, $150 billion in the aggregate, and if it were allocated in similar fashion, it'd be about another $1.8 billion for the state of Louisiana.